Today we're going to cover high quality questions. Before we go to high quality questions, I want to check in with you about the previous video. So we looked at the difference between the fundamental two types of questions, open questions and closed questions. And I set you a challenge to become more aware of your own listening and the amount of times that you might be using closed questions versus open questions, and how that might impact your ability to develop relationships, to influence people, and to strengthen your leadership capability. So I hope you've enjoyed that challenge. I hope you've got some value from it. I'd love to hear how that's gone for you. So please leave comments in the message here, or feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm really keen to hear how that's working for you. Today we're going to cover high quality questions. And what is a high quality question? A high quality question is a question that gets you information you can't get otherwise. Either information about the person, or information about yourself, or information about a business, or information about relationships. But it elicits information that is just not possible to get without a high quality question. Now, when I think back to my career and the training programs I've been on, I talked to you in a previous video about coaching. After I'd discovered coaching and been on a number of coaching programs and read a number of books, I then discovered neuro-linguistic programming. Now, if you don't know what neuro-linguistic programming is, the short term is NLP. I would encourage you to do a bit of research on it. It's very interesting. But effectively, NLP is the study of how the mind works and how the mind and the body interact to enable people to do things that are quite literally extraordinary. And I learned, as one of the fundamental principles of NLP in positive psychology, that questioning plays a huge part in positive psychology. We're not going to go into that completely today, but we will cover it in another video. But high quality questions are based on positive psychology. How do you presume the best through your questioning, making sure that those questions are open so that you get the very best responses from the people that you're interacting with at all times? And this skill of questioning is very much like listening. It can be developed over time, but it can be developed with conscious effort and conscious practice. So let's talk about high quality questions. What do? They, generally speaking, they'll have a positive intent. So you ask a question with a positive intent. Now, what does that mean? That means that you're presuming the best. So the question has within it a presumption that there is opportunity, or that the best possible outcome is available for that person. The other thing that high quality questions do is they focus on improvement. They focus on improvement for the person, they focus on improvement for the business or for the relationship, but it's about improvement. And the final thing that high quality questions should do is stimulate thinking. How does the question stimulate the other person's thinking so that they get to a place in that discussion with you they would never have got to without the high quality question to facilitate it? Let me give you a few examples. So these are examples of questions that I have used with clients and I continue to use on an ongoing basis. So there's a simple question that I usually ask, and that is, what's the best thing about this situation? So if somebody's got a problem, if somebody's focusing on a negative issue in their life, just asking that question, what's the best thing about this situation? You can build on that to say, how is that here to help you? How could you make it help you? And giving people the space to answer, and then linking back to our previous session on listening. So asking those kind of high quality questions, giving people the space to answer, parking your agenda, listening intently, that is where the magic happens for people and for you. And there's lots of examples of high quality questions, and hopefully this is starting to stimulate your thinking. When I talk to my clients about productivity, for example, we might ask a question, okay, so how can you do this in future with less effort and more enjoyment whilst getting exactly the same result. So because I've asked a question that's quite specific, and I've asked the person to consider how that can be done, they will find a way. You literally will answer the questions that you ask. So why wouldn't you choose the highest possible quality question? And when I lay it out like that, hopefully you see this makes perfect sense. But what happens in our lives and what we tend to do is we get stuck with constrained thinking. That constrained thinking is only constrained by the quality of our own questioning. And once you understand that the quality of the questions you ask are yours to discover, but it takes practice and it takes conscious effort, the way in which you are able to unlock performance in yourself, stimulate thinking in other people, and generate improved results, now we're starting to talk about what is at the heart of coaching. So today's challenge, today's challenge is now, once you've become more aware of the difference between open and closed questions, I'd like you to consider what should be 2 or 3 high quality questions you either ask yourself or you ask other people around you. So there'll be people around you that will benefit from either the questions you ask or the questions you stimulate in them. But start to think about what should those quality questions look like and how would you apply them to yourself and to people around you. I love to hear how you will get on with this challenge. So please, if you like the video, like it. If you want to comment on it, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And if you've got some experience in this area, share your insight. It's always valuable for everybody that listens and tunes into the videos, but also then people who follow the thread and watch the videos. So I'd love to hear your insights and your own experience. And we will follow up in the next video. We're going to go deeper into questioning, listening, and how those two combine to give you the coaching approach. Okay, so good luck with the challenge, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video from Focus for Growth.